Welcome to the first episode of the Kara Lawson Show. We have a fun show planned. A segment on what's in my fridge. You can check out what I'm eating these days. A segment with a mailbag, which is questions from fans. And then also a fitness tip. We can't have a show without talking about basketball first. The thing that's caught my eye so far this season in the NBA are two teams in the Western Conference, the Spurs and the Hornets. Of course, all the talk this summer was about the Miami Heat and about the Los Angeles Lakers defending, the great team the Boston Celtics have. But these two teams have really impressed me to jump out of the gates really fast. When you look at the Spurs, probably the most underrated big three in the NBA with Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. But a lot of their ancillary parts have been playing really well. I've been really impressed with Matt Bonner and George Hill. They've got a great group of guys. And you know they know how to win, and Greg Popovich is a championship coach. So it's been really nice to see the Spurs kind of reemerge in that Western Conference. You look at the Hornets, how great is it that Chris Paul is back and he's playing at that first-team All-NBA level. Here's a guy that's kind of been forgotten when you look at all the other point guards, great young point guards we have in the league, but he's still one of the best, and I think he's proving it again this year, and doing it with a solid supporting cast, but not as good as those in those other cities like Los Angeles and Miami. So a big shout out to Monty Williams as well, first-year head coach. He's doing a great job to start the season. When you look at the Western Conference, a team that you've always hoped would have good results, the Portland Trail Blazers. And some sad news out of Portland with Greg Oden being lost for the year again with microfracture surgery. Being an athlete, you know, you understand how hard it can be when your body betrays you at times, and we all go through injuries. So just want to send a good luck shout out to Greg Oden and hope that he has a speedy recovery and he can come back and revive really an NBA career that he's never gotten a chance to have. This week's fitness tip is foam rolling. The foam roller is essential in my preparation. Just trying to get ready for the day. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I like to do is foam roll. It does a great job of just waking up your muscles and really attacking some of the tight areas that you have in your body. You can foam roll all over your body, but I like to really go after my lower half, so my legs. So I'm going to give you a couple different tips on how to foam roll your lower half of the body and hopefully attack some of those tight spots. The area that I get really tight in, especially during the season, is my IT bands. And those start right up here, start here at your knee, and can go all the way up to your hip. And so a lot of times I'll have various tight spots around this area. So what I like to do is just get on this foam roller, and again, just roll the length of the IT band. So from the knee all the way up to the hip, and usually somewhere in there I'll find a tight spot. And if I find one, then I might stay on that area for a little bit and just try and loosen that up. And I'll do this on both sides so I can get my IT bands kind of free and easy, moving good. The other thing that I found is when I have tight IT bands, a lot of times I'll get some tightness transferred over to my knee or some knee pain. So getting these IT bands loose is really, really crucial. The next one is quads. Again, quad muscles can get tight, especially when you're playing basketball. So trying to loosen those up. And here's just a different angle on top of the foam roller. And really trying to loosen up those quads. Again, if you find a tight spot, you kind of linger there for a little bit, get it out. And the other thing you can do is different angles while you're attacking your quads. So sometimes I'll even try and get that outside part of my quad. That'll be tight. Another area where tightness can occur, your calves. And so again, just adjusting the foam roller. And I like to do one at a time. Puts a little bit more pressure and allows me a way to work different angles on the calf. So again, it's just rolling the length of the calf. If I feel more tightness on the outside of my calf, I can just turn my leg. Same thing on the inside. If I want to do that. And so you'll just work both calves. Again, you're just waking the muscles up and just getting them ready before you work out, or it can be before you go to bed. So those are just a few of the areas that I like to get warmed up when I start my day. So before I even get in the gym, before I even run up and down the court, foam roller is key. and keeping you loose, and also keeping you from hurting muscles or pulling muscles during your workout. Hey, let's take a look at what's in my fridge. As you can see, a lot of fresh stuff. So a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. So you got fruit down there. At the top, you'll see drinks. Drink a lot of different workout drinks. If you watch me during the game, you'll see me drinking kind of an orange concoction. So this is that. This is a pre-workout drink. A lot of times I like to make my drinks the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you're rushed, whether you're going to work, you're going to the gym, and something can get lost in the wayside. So I want to make sure I have my drinks. So make those the night before, put them in the fridge to chill a little bit. At the bottom, you see tons of eggs. Reason we have tons of eggs, eat 6 egg whites every morning for breakfast. Sometimes we'll throw a couple yolks in there. So go through about 3.5 dozen a week, just by myself. So flat iron fillets right there, one of my favorite things to have for dinner with salad or some fresh vegetables. A great thing. Always got to have a lot of cheese. So we've got some cottage cheese, but then just some regular shredded cheese. I think cheese makes everything better. So at least to me. So whether it's on meat or rice or vegetables, always like to have a little bit of cheese on that. And then got a little tofu here as well, a really good source of protein. On the side here, just snacks, barbecue sauce, different things we like to put on. This is important. You got to keep things fresh that are in here. So you got to put your important stuff in. You don't want people to steal anything. That's why we got it in the covered compartment there. So that's just a quick look at my fridge. Up at the top, we've got some Optimum nutrition supplements, so stuff I use a lot every day, daily in workout. So this is my favorite one right here. It's my recovery. So my teammates are super familiar with that. Drink my chocolate shake after every practice. We'll have it twice a day if we happen to be in 2-a-days. Thankfully, coach, we don't have too many of those. But this is actually part of the orange drink, the BCAA powder. And then just got your protein. That I can drink anytime during the day for a good source of protein. Let's take a look at my cupboard and a couple things that I really like. Here's some quinoa. It's higher in fiber and higher in protein than rice, so it's a great substitute for rice. We've got natural peanut butter. If you're gonna have peanut butter, you gotta go natural. And black beans, obviously a great source of protein. This is my favorite right here. This is my new favorite snack. It's cocoa roast almonds in the dark chocolate flavor. They're so good. So usually I'll have these like at night with a glass of milk, glass of skim milk. But sometimes after dinner you have that hankering for something sweet. A lot of people have a sweet tooth and want something sweet. So this kind of gets rid of that urge for me, and without piling on too much sugar or too many calories right before bed. So love the cocoa almonds. Oh, good. Well, a big part of my routine as a professional athlete is supplements and vitamins, just making sure you're replenishing a lot of what your body loses during your workouts. So I'm an Optimum nutrition athlete, so all of their supplements all of my supplements are Optimum nutrition. Some casein protein, which is great right before bed. It's a slower digesting protein, so takes a little bit longer to digest while you're sleeping. We talked about the recovery. Again, you'll see me drinking this after workouts. And then this is what I like to drink during games, the BCAA Power. And always just have extra glutamine around for your muscle recovery. Here's just kind of a sampling of what I take from Optimum Nutrition vitamins, glucosamine, some fish oil, flaxseed oil. Here's some bars I like to take with me on the road in case you need a good snack. Airports don't always have the ideal stuff, so I always like to come prepared. That's a huge key for me. Come prepared, have healthy snacks, so that when you are hungry and you're starving, you're not gonna go off of your eating plan and get something unhealthy. And these are vitamins. So we're coming toward the end of the month here, so as you can see, it's almost empty. But carry 2 of these on the road. So we've got a morning and got a night set of vitamins. Takes a lot of diligence, takes a lot of discipline. You have to be careful what you're putting in your body, and what you put in your body directly determines your performance and what you get out of it. So I've had great success with all this Optimum nutrition stuff. Well, the first role models that come to mind are my parents. Having a strong foundation, I think for any kid at home is huge as you start your journey, just even of life, not just sports. And so my parents gave me that. They really stressed the importance of academics, and then really supported me through my basketball career. So those were my definitely immediate role models, people that I was around every day. As far as sports role models, definitely grew up in the generation of being a Jordan fan. So Michael Jordan was somebody that I really looked up to growing up, and Mike Singletary too, linebacker for the Chicago Bears. I wanted to be a linebacker in the NFL when I was a kid, so he was definitely one of my role models. College players transitioning into the WNBA, it's just another step up. And so if you've made a successful transition from high school to college, you probably noticed the game was faster when you got to college. The athletes were better. You had less room for error. You couldn't make as many mistakes. So it's a similar transition in that you've just got to be more sound in all your fundamentals. You've got to have a great desire and a great competitiveness to work hard, I think, and continue to improve. I think a lot of players get to the pros and they think, oh, I'm here now, I'm good. But the players that are great in our league are ones that are able to improve a lot each year. For us to have a winning season in 2011, I mean, the first thing that pops into my mind is be healthy, and that's probably a bad response in that it's something that we can't control. Right, injuries are a part of the game, and you've got to learn how to manage those. But I think we've got a group that's hungry, that's going to come back, and it was our first year together last year, most of us. And we had a great time, and I think we want to be in the playoffs, and I think we want to be in that mix of teams that's competing for a championship. So for us to do that, we've got to be a better road team, and we've got to be better executing down the stretch. Lost a lot of close games last year, so I think we will. I think we're going to be much improved in 2011. Hey, we want everybody at home to be a part of this. So if you have questions, there's a discussion tab on the Connecticut Sun Facebook page. You can also email your questions to blaze@connecticutsun.com. If you're interested in checking out my Facebook fan page, or also I'm on Twitter at Kara Lawson 20.